بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب زدني علما.
So now previously we have already seen what is MAC threading attack. Now here what we'll do is we'll try to see what is the solution to prevent this MAC threading attack. So there is a solution called port security. Now what is port security? With the help of port security, what I can do is I can control, I can enable, or I can limit the maximum MAC addresses you can learn on this particular port, on any single port. Like if we take an example, we have the switch. If you go back to the same example here. Now, by default, the attacker, what he's doing, he's trying to send out thousands of fake MAC addresses on that particular port, right? So he's not sending from all the ports. It's specific to some ports, right? Now, typically on this port, you expect to have one or two MAC addresses. You're not supposed to send hundreds of MAC addresses on the same port, right? So what we can do is we'll simply go and enable the port security feature, which means I'm going to simply say, on this particular port, the maximum MAC addresses you can learn, I'll give the number as two or three will give. Why? Because typically you might be connecting to an IP phone. If you're connecting an IP phone, then there will be a MAC address for the IP phone and then the PC. So generally we give two or three, not more than that. So what I'll do, I'll try to say, okay, maximum MAC addresses on that particular port, you can learn only maximum two. Now, what if you learn more than two? So what if someone violates the rule? So whenever you receive the third MAC address or the fourth MAC address, it will immediately put the port into shutdown state, which means immediately this particular port will go into error disable state, which means it will go down immediately, which means he will not be able to connect his normal valid MAC address also. He will not be able to use that port at all, which means again I have to come back to the switch and see why the port is down. And then you can figure out the reason why it is done because of the violation where more than two MAC addresses has been learned. Then you'll figure out why more than two MAC addresses are learned. If it is a normal issue, like you change the computers, sometimes you move some computers from one port to another port, that can be another possibility. But let's say if you're not doing like that, but still there is a violation, means there might be someone trying to introduce some kind of MAC flooding attack. Okay. So what exactly we do here is we can protect the switch with a MAC flooding attacks, where we can specify maximum number of MAC addresses can be learned. So I'm going to say, let's say only three MAC addresses. Let's say if I give three, so if the first MAC address is learned, it will accept. If the second MAC address is learned, it will accept. If the third MAC address comes, also it will accept and update the entry in the MAC table. But when it learns the fourth MAC address, it will immediately put this port into error disable state. Okay. We'll see how it goes error disable state. Basically, there's a command. Okay. So which means we are going to limit the maximum MAC addresses can be learned on that particular port. Okay. So again, this feature we enable on the access ports, typically not on the trunk ports, because if you're connecting this to any switch on the opposite side, this particular port may be learning more than 20 plus MAC addresses, because if you have 20 computers, so possibly you will see all those MAC addresses entries on this MAC address. So ignore the trunk ports. Don't enable this port security feature on the trunk ports, because this is not for the trunk ports. It is only for the access ports which are connected to the end devices. Okay. Now how we do that? The configuration is very simple and straightforward. We need to go to the switch, whatever the ports, like I'll try to configure the same thing on my switch in parallel to quickly verify the same thing. So what I'll do is I'll go to the ports. Let's say I'll go and say interface range, port number 1 to 10. Assume all the port number 1 to 10 are my access ports. We'll say spanning tree port fast. Remember spanning tree port fast to speed up the convergence process. We'll do that. And we'll say switch port security. There is a command called switch port security. Of course, before that, we need to say switch port mode access, because it's an access port. You can also assign the VLANs. We are not getting into the VLANs configurations. Switch port security. This is the only command you have to enable. Now, once you enable this command, automatically it will enable the port security and the maximum MAC address, it will allow only one, which is something I don't want. So I want to allow more than one MAC address. Let's make it two. So whenever you want to allow more than one MAC address, then we have to add the maximum command where I'm going to say the maximum MAC addresses, how many you want to learn. Generally, we give 2, 3, 4 like that maximum. We don't go more than that. And there is one more thing, we need to also enable the maximum value, and then there is a violation. So what if you learn more than two MAC addresses, the third MAC address? So there are three different violation modes. Let me first enable shutdown, and then I'll explain these violation modes here. Okay, so the default will be shutdown, and the default max MAC address will be 1. If I don't use these two commands, okay, if I don't use these two commands, the default action will be shutdown. Shutdown means the port will go into error disable state, nothing but simply it will be down. So let's try to understand the violation modes first before we go ahead and do some verifications. So as you can see, the switch port security violation. Now we can either give a shutdown, protect, or restrict. There are three options. Now what these options will do is whenever any particular port, let's say if I'm giving the maximum MAC address is 2. So the first MAC address is learned, it will update the MAC table. The second MAC address comes, it will update the MAC table. And whenever the third MAC address comes, it will simply, let's say, it will simply put the port into error disable state. Error disable is just like shutdown. This port will not be able to forward any traffic. So no traffic will go from here, this MAC or this MAC or any MAC. So no MAC address or no device will work unless and until I go to this particular port and I say shutdown and no shutdown. So to make this port back up, I have to go to the CLI or telnet to that particular port and simply say shutdown. Shutdown means manually shut down the port, and then you no shutdown command to make it up again. Again, if it learns more than 2, again it will go into error disable state. So any port which if it goes into error disable state, you have to manually make it up, where you have to simply say shutdown and no shutdown commands. Most of the time in the production networks, you can verify this show error disable state as well. We'll verify that later. Now coming to the other two options which you can also use. And in the protect option, what will happen is, let's say I'm giving the maximum MAC address as 2. So if the first MAC address comes, it will allow, and the second MAC address comes, it will allow. And whenever it learns the third MAC address, it will not update the entry in the MAC table. But it will not make the port down. The port will be still up and running, which means still the first MAC address can simply forward the traffic. Second MAC address can still forward the traffic, but any new MAC addresses will not be learned, will not be updated, will not be forwarded, which means compared to this one, here simply it will put the port into error disable state. No one will be able to forward. But whereas here, whenever it learns exceeding MAC address, it will drop only the traffic coming from that exceeding MAC address, but not from the first two. Okay, so that is what a protect. So if you don't want any strict action where you don't want to log in and you no shutdown, then you can just say a protect, and any first two MAC addresses whichever is learned will still work without any problem. Any third, fourth, fifth MAC addresses will not work. At the same time, they are not updated in the MAC table, and the switch is not at all concerned about the remaining MACs. Now, the third option is restrict. Now, the restrict is same like the protect. So it will do the same thing as the protect. Additionally, it will generate a log message. Additionally, there will be a SNMP or the log messages it will generate, where it will simply generate a log message of violation occurred. And an administrator who is monitoring the logs will come to know about this issue.